let this question be a little, in terms of seriousness, we are going very deep into the subject,
Yeah,
which we will obviously be doing in that Lodestar program. So
definitely.
one question here is reality of being a civil servant. So you are a civil servant. So you tell me, so because you only know the things of realities of the service. So you tell in terms of what is the reality of being an IAS, of, because you have seen officers, you have interacted with them, you have friends, colleagues, so many people are there. So what is the reality of being an IAS officer or an IPS officer, or as yourself, IRS officer?
Okay, so the reality of it is, first, half of the time what we are thinking is, oh, government system is very much corrupt. This is the image that we have. If you're honest, you cannot survive. Nothing like that. Honest people can certainly survive. Just that you need to be very clear as to what you will do and what you will not do. Once you tell people in a polite fashion, you need not be very, unruly about it and be like Arvind Kejriwal types, you need not be like that. But if you can just tell people that, look, these are limits that I will take. Beyond that, if you force me to do something I cannot do, people will respect you for that. That's one. Second, the work profile of an IAS or an IPS, which is probably what most of the people want to get into, is tremendous. And I tell it from the bottom of my heart, despite not working in that service. I know a lot of people who work there. The work profile, you will not find it anywhere in any job in any sector. I will give it to you in writing. So the variety of work that you're supposed to do will be a lot, and you will certainly enjoy that particular work. It is high pressure work, no doubt about it, because you need to constantly interact with politicians. There will be protests. There might be, dharnas happening. There might be some sort of meetings that you will have to attend. So it's a variety kind of a work. So that's that second part. Third part is, if you want to be honest, then your salaries might be slightly on the lower end compared to market trends. Slightly. That is the only thing. But if you're there in the police or if you're there in the administrative service, obviously you will have housing. So your housing needs and all of that will be taken care of. So you need not really worry about it. So ultimately, service conditions are really good. And then another important aspect of service is deputations that are possible. See, people generally don't think about that. Deputation means, supposing you get selected into the IAS, okay, supposing you're clearing the exam in 2023, you will work in the district for around 7 to 8 years. That's the usual trend that happens. Post which you will be posted in the city. For instance, if you get Tamil Nadu cadre, you will be posted in Chennai Secretariat. You might become deputy secretary or something. Supposing you're not happy with it, you like a better profile, you can go into the union government for deputations into various ministries. You can work in commerce ministry, you can work in finance ministry, you can work in defense ministry. So many ministries are there. One. Second, if you're there in the IPS, tremendous opportunities are there for the Intelligence Bureau and RNAW, which is the Research and Analysis Bureau, and the Intelligence Bureau. People who are interested in counterterrorism or anti-Naxalism or narcotics related work, that's a tremendous amount of opportunity which is available. If you want to work, supposing the foreign service, another great opportunity which is there, you can work in the best of the capitals in the world. Like supposing initially, obviously, you will not be posted in the United States. I know of a lot of people who want immediately first day on the day they want to go to Washington, DC. No, that will not be your first posting. You will be posted mostly in the neighborhood, either in China or in Myanmar or in Pakistan. Pakistan also might be a later day posting, because those are all sensitive countries which people might not give immediately. So foreign service is also an amazing opportunity which you can look into. So the reality of the service is, it's an amazing place to work. You have a lot of opportunity in it. So that's that. Any particular questions we can deal with that?
So you can see the point you're mentioning about this current affairs, so most of the questions actually pertain to that current affairs. So one more question was, I'll take from here, that is the comment section. Sampreet has asked as to how many months, as to current affairs, how many months we should be keeping ourselves aware of that.
True. So usual.
It is in the comment section. So
Yeah. I saw that. So usual trend is 1 year from your prelims that you're writing. So if it's for instance May 2023 that I'm writing my prelims, not mains, prelims May 2023 I'm writing, assume. Then I need to know current affairs from say May 2022 to May 2023. So 1 year prior is a minimum requirement. This will be in your first attempt. So, but then as God willing, attempts should not increase. But if attempts increase, then you will obviously have a grip over the past also. Like supposing if you take 2 to 3 attempts, if at all, then you will have a good grip over the last 3 to 4 years, whatever current affairs. But what is minimum required is 1 year prior to the prelims that you're writing. Beyond that, it's not necessary. And one more thing that which needs to be told is, look, this exam, from my limited understanding, is an exam of averages, by averages, and for averages. Be very clear about it. This is an exam of averages. Why do I say that? It's because if you look at the cutoff, what is average? Average is 50%. Correct? That's what an average is. You look at the cutoff every other time, it will hover around that 50% in prelims. You look at the mains cutoff. Mains cutoff will not be above 50% at all. It's impossible. You look at the final ranking list. The topper would have scored 50%. Not the bottom percentile. No, the topper would have scored 50%. So what is the conclusion that we can make? It's a 50% exam. It is not like IIT JEE. It's not like CAT wherein you'll have to get 99.999% and still not get a place into IIM. No, it's not that. It's a 50% exam. Why do I make this very, very important point is, look, no matter how much of current affairs do you read, there will always be some question which UPSC will ask randomly. Please, please, please be very clear. Then you should not be like, how will I know 4 years before something happened in Ukraine or something happened? How will I know? You need not know. It's okay. It's okay if you don't attempt 2 to 3 questions in prelims. It's perfectly fine. But in prelims, what you should do is polity 10 questions, you should get 8 correct.
Please stress on that point, because yes. So, examination, people assume that it is cleared because of current affairs. But
please be very clear about it. Current affairs comes to your help predominantly in the mains exam. Please be very clear about it. Because it's not humanly possible for anyone to remember all the current affairs. Like, look, on an average, every day I'm talking of. So, 365 days are there. Okay. On an average, they are going to be 10 items which are essential for the exam. Minimum 10 items are going to be there. So, you need to remember average potale. You need to remember how much? 3,650 items plus Lakshmikant plus Indian national movement plus geography plus map drawing plus river. Brahmaputra curve and the village pair kepan. Right? So be human in this examination, please. So what is human being in this examination is, you should not make a mistake in what is the capital of Russia. Please, let's not make that mistake. You should not say Moscow or Vladivostok or this or that. No, that is a minimum bare that you should know. But there can be some questions. Abraham Lincoln, Abdul Kalam types. Okay, that you should not do. But that doesn't mean that every current affairs I should remember. No, that's not the strategy for prelims. I think Shiva is a much better person for strategy for prelims because he has guided me through the years for prelims. I go to him only every year. But so on a conclusion, what is important is these static subjects are there, no? Polity, science and technology. Science and technology also is a current affairs predominant. Culture, very important. Ancient, medieval, very important. Geography. What else is there? I think I've exhausted. Economics, very important. That I'm talking of static economics. Static economics meaning you should know. This year also they asked one question on near and rear. Correct, near economic in the rate and I don't know.
The point is
that is there in the NCERT textbook. People don't read that. That's the whole problem. ஒரு அழகா ஒரு graph கொடுத்திருப்பான். Like this is near, this is rear. He would have given it in the NCERT textbook. He's not.
One point. People ask me as to, see, so many people have asked this question of how many months current affairs they have to read. But the point is that when I tell them that read ancient India, medieval India, read history to clear this examination, they ask me, why should I read history?
Absolutely.
The point is that this examination, if you see the point, you from the person who has cleared, you can hear it very well that this examination, you please clarify on that, because I have told it several times, but I'm not able to get through that, because this examination, as you said, is based on the static portion, which is very much part of this examination.
Yes. So what happens with people is, they think that, and this has got to do with the, I would say, general societal and media hype that goes around this examination. Okay. Now, this examination, generally, what people think is, oh, you'll have to read 5-6 newspapers, you'll have to read 6-7 current affairs magazine, you'll have to be absolutely great with current affairs. America, Mexico, or Dokulo, or what's happening. You need not know all of that. Please be very clear. This exam has a syllabus. Has anyone read the syllabus properly? Yes, that's the first step that you'll have to go to UPSC website. Prelims syllabus, mains this is the syllabus. First, by heart the syllabus, like classical state board students by heart the syllabus, right? So that's the first step. Once you do that, you will understand that there is a static portion, there is a dynamic portion to the exam. I'm not trying to say current affairs are not important. Certainly not. I'll be the last person to say that. Current affairs are important, but not at the cost of static subjects. Please be very clear. Indian national movement, I should know Mahatma Gandhi, 1919, what did he do? Dandi March, where did he go? This is all perfectly important for the exam. Just because I study Hindu every day 1 year, no, it's not happening. So current affairs, important, no doubt. Equally important, if not more, is the static part, which is culture. For instance, there might be some book, Nitin Singhania, I don't know what really is the book now. Nitin Singhania, right? So Nitin Singhania, some book will be there. So supposing if I want to learn dance forms, I have spent days reading dance forms. Bharatanatyamna kai epdi veppanga, Kuchipudina kala epdi veppanga, all of that. Yes, you should read it. The reason is, you're ultimately aspiring for a service called as the Indian Administrative Service, which is a generalist service. Generalist service means you can be posted in any department. Supposing you're posted in a department of culture, assume, okay, then Nitin Singhania only will come to your rescue first day. Supposing if they give a report, sir, we have excavated this particular Kiradi kind of excavation, so you need to look at this report. Will you go look into what is excavation? You already know, because you've studied in ancient India. You know that there was something called as Indus Valley civilization, which during the British time itself we had excavated, and there came this artifacts called potteries there, coins might be there, bones might be there, a lot of things might be there. This is that knowledge that is required for your work. So please don't ever believe that what you study is useless. Absolutely wrong. Another important example is geography. Okay, many people think that why should I read about the monsoon? Why should I read about agriculture? Tomorrow, if you're posted as district collector, what is the first work that you're going to do? The first work that you'll have to usually do is disaster management. How will you know what is the disaster that is going to come in that place? Unless you know the geography. Basic geography as to why earthquakes happen in Himalayas more than in the Deccan Plateau. Prelims question, they have asked it 10 times. They have asked it 10 times. So that is a basic question tomorrow you're going to face, or tomorrow you're going to do as a district collector. So please come out of this notion that you're reading something which is divorced from what you're going to do today. Absolutely not. Static portion as important as current affairs. So that's the conclusion.
Okay. So one more question I'll ask about the program, as to, because we have come to the start. So what is this lodestar that you are talking about, as to what can we expect out of it? That is, what do you, in a different sense, if I may ask, what difference that this program will create in my preparation, something like that.
So look, Lodestar is in a way a collective wisdom of me as well as Shiva. Shiva is also equally part of this. So look, the point is, in this exam at least, people are doing the same mistakes all the years. We both have done it. We both are not new to mistakes. We would have done the same mistake as to what textbook to read, how to read, newspaper, what to do, what not to do, current affairs, how to remember, what to remember, how much writing practice, how many tests should I write, should I be worried about my parents telling this, that, all of that we have gone through. So we both are basically in a way a repository of knowledge of how to do and how not to do both. So what we intend to do in this particular program is take up practical questions that students might face on a daily basis, rather than, see, there are a lot of, I shouldn't name people. You, Shiva, might know whom I'm naming. No, so there are a lot of bureaucrats these days who simply come and give lectures on how to prepare for UPSC. Okay, I got it. That is not the intention of this program at all. So the intention of this program is we are coming back as students. Just that the students should know the exam. That's that core motto of this. In fact, I wanted him to rename the program as something like Bodhisattva. Because a Bodhisattva, if you look at Buddhist literature, is someone who has attained enlightenment.
Prelims question.
Yeah. Okay. So who has attained enlightenment, but then chooses to come back to help others. So basically, our motive is just that. We are not going to sit as bureaucrats and this and that. No. We are again going to come back as students, look at the exam through your lens as well as our lens. You might have a problem, a genuine doubt on a particular issue. How to tackle this from our accumulated wisdom that we have over, I think easily should be 10 years now. So this is the core point of this. And how are we intending to do this? We are intending to do this basically by structuring the program in tune with the syllabus of UPSC. That is most important. So we are going to have individual sessions for, say, ethics. There will be one session. There will be one session on essay particularly. There will be one session on each individual subject, which is like art and culture, Indian national movement, or history generally. We will take it up once. We will take up geography individually. And by the way, this will not be a session of teaching geography. So let's be very clear about that also. I am not going to teach you geography. I'm not going to teach you history. That is for you. I think you are already enrolled in the Kairos program and all of that.
That is all already.
Yeah. So that is already there as to what to read. The point that I am trying to give is, in geography, if you have a doubt about a particular approach, how to do map reading, something like that, that we can do. But what to read in map and all of that, in a way, we will have to look into the nitty-gritty. So what we are intending to do is, in order to clear the exam, and again, please be very clear about this. I am at least I am of this view. This exam is not about intellectualism. Please be very clear, which means that it's not only about knowledge. It's about what you write in the paper. Ultimately, that's what matters. You might be an intelligent person. You might be an intellectual person. XYZ doesn't matter. What you write in the paper, that matters. So we are going to have individual sessions on writing practice. How to start off writing practice, when to start off writing practice, what needs to be done in writing practice. So there are multiple stages in it. So what we are essentially, in summation, if I were to put, the collective wisdom of both success, failure, tried and tested methods, we are going to give it of 10 years, which is, we are going to give it in a capsule form. And obviously, it will be a very interactive session. Anybody can ask any question. So it's going to be a very interactive session. So this is that short.
And Srivatsan, I would like to introduce one more officer, Mr. Lakshman Sundaram, he has also joined. Lakshman, if
Yes.
you can switch it on.
Join your camera.
So,
Hi, Lakshman.
so I'll just switch it off, because so that you guys can interact. Two videos can only be at the same time. And you two officers, you please interact, and he can give you so Lakshman was my one of my favorite student, and he's an officer now, and he can give a lot of insights into this examination as well. And one last part I will go with that. See, they have asked, Praveen has asked, will sociology be a part? Actually, Lakshman is also a sociology optional. You guys can talk about sociology a little bit. So I will